from New York. No, we are in Laguna Woods, and it's the Laguna Woods Show with your host and moderator, Esther Grossfield. Here's Esther.
Hi, welcome to a Laguna Woods Show where every guest matters. Today we have a very special guest. She's a singer, and her name is Leigh. Hi, Linda.
Hi, how are you doing?
So nice to have you here.
Nice to be here.
Thank you for coming. You have so many incredible stories about Marilyn Monroe and all those famous people. But let's start with your singing career. When did you start singing?
I started singing when I was 10.
How?
10, 13 years old.
Yeah.
My first job was in Spokane, Washington. Mm-hmm. I sang there. I didn't even go to my graduation because I was making money. I was making $400 a week in Spokane, Washington. I was 13 years old, and that's what I did. I started there, and then I got...
And then you went to car or something? You wanted a car?
Then I wanted a car. Yeah, I was doing the amateur shows, and I went to Harry Babbitt. They were giving away a car. My mother and I, we needed a car. So I went there and I auditioned, and they says, "Aren't you the little girl that went on Ada Leonard's show, on this show and on that show?" I says, "Yes." He says, you can't go on our show." I says, "What do you mean I can't go on your show?" He says, "I think you have to be a professional now because you went on all the shows. You won on all the other shows, so we can't put you on this show." I couldn't get a car.
Oh, my God. Isn't that something? But then you went on and
But then I auditioned for William Morris,
Yeah.
William Morris Agency. They wanted a girl that looked like K-Star and sang like K-Star, and I used to do a lot of her songs too. And I auditioned it, and I got the job. My first job was my mother took pictures of all the stuff that I ever had.
She was so proud of
my first contract with William Morris, and that's how I started singing. I went to Vegas at the Flamingo Hotel.
Yeah.
And I was there in 1952, and then from there, I auditioned for Jerry Gray's band, who wrote "String of Pearls, Pennsylvania 6-5." He was with the Glenn Miller band for a long time, and I auditioned for him, and I told him I was 21, and so I got the job, and I really didn't get the job. He said, "I like you, but how much do you want?" And I told him how much I wanted, and he says, "Well, I can't afford that." So I says, "Well, I can't go." So anyway, he calls me back a week later because they were opening up at the Buffalo Hilton Hotel in Buffalo.
Yeah.
And he says, "The girl singer's not making out. I want you to come fly out." I says, "Well, I don't have the money to fly. You're going to have to send me a ticket." So he sent me a ticket. He sent me everything, and then from there I went on to do the Paramount the Palladium. No.
The Palladium?
The Paramount Hotel.
Yeah.
In New York City with Alan King and the Four Aces. And I got to sing on there. And then I did other shows, you know.
And then you were singing with, what's his name, Ricky Nelson?
I did a show with Ricky Nelson.
You opened up for him?
I opened up for him at the Long Beach Convention Center at the time. I did shows with him, and I did shows with Frankie Avalon, and I did a show with
Johnny
Mathis. I went on tour with Johnny Mathis and the Hi-Lows.
Oh, my God.
And, I started doing all that. It was fun. It was fun doing because I was 15, 16 years old. And then when Jerry found out I was 16 years old because I had my birthday at the Paramount Theater, and he says, "Who's 16?" I says, "I am." So then we had to go back to L.A. and he had to become my
guardian.
My guardian. He had to become my guardian. So we had to make a contract. And I remember working with Bob Hope, and after the show, I says, "Oh, there's a party." He says, "No, you can't go. You're only 16. So I says, "Oh, okay." Now I had to go to my hotel and stay there. It was better when they knew I was 21, even though I didn't drink, you know. But I did a lot of things, and then...
And then at one point in your life, you were working at the Nevada...
I was working the Nevada circuit. I first started, I did the Dunes Hotel. Now it's not there.
Yeah.
I did the Stardust Hotel, and that's not there anymore. I did the Last Frontier and the New Frontier, and that's gone.
Yes,
that's not there. The only ones there that's left is the Flamingo Hotel, and they should not blow that one up because that was the first. That was the first hotel in Las Vegas Strip.
Yes.
You know, with Bugsy Siegel.
Yes.
And it was better when when the mob owned it. No, it was better when in 1950s and 60s before Howard Hughes came in, and he took out all the lounges in Vegas and he put Kino lounges.
Really?
Yeah, he did.
Oh, wow.
And everything, it became corporation. And it became a corporation. That's when they said, "Oh, you got to bring your children." I couldn't even. I was 16 years old. I couldn't even walk through the casino, to see what was his name, Page Kavanaugh Trio at the time.
Yeah.
I couldn't even walk in there. Now they have kids going all over and handing the money to their mothers to put in the slot machines. It's so much different. But when the mob owned it, was better.
So at that point, a bodyguard of Frank Sinatra saw you.
At
Tell
the
us
Calneva Lodge in
Yes.
Calneva Lodge in Lake Tahoe on the north side.
Oh, yeah.
And Ed Pucci comes in. He heard me singing Italian songs and all different type of songs.
Pucci is the bodyguard.
Bodyguard of Frank Sinatra at the time.
At the time, okay.
Ed Pucci. And he says, "Frank will love you, da 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 da." So I says, "Oh yeah, okay." So then that's when I started in 1961, 62. 60, 61, and 62. I'm not good at remembering years. But anyway, I don't even remember what I had for breakfast this morning. So, but it was then, and then that's when I started to sing with I
With
worked
Frank
for
Sinatra.
And then
You were in the same, you had the same manager, right?
yes, Hank Santacola. And Hank Santacola was Sinatra's manager at the time.
Yeah.
And he was there, and that's when I recorded for Reprise, which was Sinatra's label.
Yes.
And KLEC, I have his name in there. I can't remember his name, but he was a disc jockey there, and he played my song "1,000 Violins" a lot.
Really?
Yeah. And then I decided they wanted me to leave. I had a group called Linda Lee and the Lads, and my brother was in it, and we were there, and my ex-husband was there. So he was a musician at the time. I have remarried. So anyway, it's a big, long
It's a different story.
But anyway, I was there, and they didn't want my brother and them. They just wanted me to go traveling. And I was there when Marilyn Monroe was there, and I looked at her.
Yes,
and I
said, story.
And I said to myself, I says, "You know what? If fame and fortune was so beautiful, why is she so messed up?"
So you went one night, they
invited me to the table.
Who was there?
At the table, there was Peter Lawford, Marilyn Monroe, Dean Martin, Frank Sinatra, and Sam Giancana.
Sam Giancana was...
Who was the guy from Chicago Mafia.
Yeah.
Okay? And he was...
So you were sitting near Sam?
Next to him. And he says, you sing such beautiful Italian songs, thank you. He introduced himself as Dr. Famosa to me.
Really?
That's all I knew, yeah. I didn't even know who he was because I didn't know, anybody at that time.
Yeah.
And so he was very nice.
And Marilyn Monroe was in the middle?
She was in the middle, but she wasn't really there.
What do you mean?
She was drugged. They had her drugged up all the time. All the time.
Really?
Yes. And I believe they did her in.
You believe they did her in?
Yeah.
So you saw her just that night?
That night, yeah.
You
And then
saw
after
her.
that, we didn't see her anymore.
Just one night you saw her? And then...
No, she was there all week.
Why was she there?
Why was she there?
Yeah.
Well, she was there because they took her away from L.A. because Bobby Kennedy was going into L.A.
Yeah.
to doing something.
Yeah.
And they wanted to take her out of L.A.
Yeah.
So Sinatra came and picked her up in the plane and took her to the Calneva Lodge, and they stayed there.
What about Peter Lawford?
Peter Lawford was there too, yes.
Is he the one that made the arrangement, you said?
I could possibly be.
Oh, you don't know?
It could possibly be that he made the arrangements to do that.
So Frank Sinatra went to pick her up.
And she stayed there.
And she stayed there at his
the Calneva Lodge hotel.
Was his hotel.
It was his casino, yeah. And I believe that's the place where they filmed The Godfather, because Calneva Lodge had all those little cabins, all along there, and she was in one of those. That was.
So this was like 1 week before she passed away.
Yeah. Then they had to rush her back, and they rushed her back to L.A.
When, like 3 days after 3 days?
We got to get her out of here.
You said that the maids over there at
They
the
said
hotel?
she didn't use anything. She didn't use soap. She didn't use makeup. She didn't use anything. They
For
had her
3
drugged
days?
up for 3 days. They had her drugged up constantly. Yeah.
So you saw her like the first day or second day?
I saw her
you
the
don't
first
know.
week, and then she wore almost the same dress every night. She just wasn't herself at all. And that's when I said, you know, I want to sing when I want to sing, not when they tell me I got to sing. And that's when I decided I didn't want to go with the Sinatra thing, because I was going to be going with, his name was Nick Savano.
Mm-hmm.
He was the manager of Glenn Campbell.
Yeah.
And also Anne Murray.
Uh-huh.
And then they wanted me to go with him and do shows and stuff like that. And I said,
And then when that
no,
happened,
I don't want to.
when that happened after she passed away, somebody came to ask you all kinds of questions?
All kinds of questions. They says, then the BBC Broadcasting Company,
Yeah.
they called me up and they says, we want to do an interview, da-da-da. And at the time I says, no, I don't think I want to do an interview right now. And then that's when everyone was died. Then everyone died. Everyone died.
Really? You were lucky not to do the interview.
Yeah. So anyway, I said no, and then I did the interview. I have it on DVD.
Oh, you did the
That's
interview
another
like
show.
when? Like another year? A year later?
That's another show.
Another
we could
show.
Do.
Okay.
But yeah, it was very interesting.
Wow.
Very, very interesting. And they interviewed the ambulance.
The who?
The ambulance.
Oh, the ambulance,
that
yeah.
took Marilyn Monroe from her place to the hospital.
Yeah.
And they said she was alive, and then they took her back.
Mm-hmm.
And I think they poisoned her.
Well, you don't know.
I don't know. This is my theory. They poisoned her through her rectum, and that's how. And then all
You
of a
don't
sudden,
know.
how can you could find a famous person like that? You can't find the medical papers. All of a sudden, they disappeared.
Wow, that's
Well, what's his name? Geraldo
Geraldo Rivera?
Rivera.
Yeah.
He was with the ABC, and he wanted to do a thing on Marilyn Monroe.
Uh-huh.
And the head guy of ABC was best friends with the Kennedys, and he says, no, we're not going to do it. And he got fired from there. If you recall, you could look it up. He got fired from ABC because he wanted to do a thing on Marilyn Monroe, and they never got to do it because there was a lot of things happening.
So now they're all passed away.
They're all gone.
They're all gone now.
They're all gone. Yeah. But I had an interesting life.
Very interesting. And you look fantastic.
I know, it's
May
my
I ask how
birthday.
old you are?
My birthday's Monday, and I'm going to be 80.
Look how fantastic you
Hey,
look.
that's all the Italian garlic. Olive oil and garlic, I think, all the Italian food that I eat.
So what do you do to keep yourself healthy?
Nothing. Yeah, I eat well. I don't exercise. I should exercise.
How
but I
about the
don't.
vitamin B?
Oh, I do vitamin B12 shots once a week, which is very good
How
for your
did you
skin.
start? How did you start with the vitamin?
How did I start with the vitamin B12s? I started when I was singing in Anaheim.
Yeah.
And this doctor came in. I was singing that's when you sang 7 nights a week from 9 until 2.
Mm-hmm.
Now you can't find a place from 9 until 2. They're all closed.
Oh, wow.
Entertainment
Wow.
and the nightclubs around here. So I said, I can't do this. I get up with my kids, 6 o'clock in the morning, and he says, I'll give you vitamin B12s. And so I got to take vitamin B12s, and it's very good for you. He says it'll keep you young, he keeps your skin good, and it's healthy for you.
So you've been doing it for many years, huh?
I've been doing it for 40 years.
40 years?
Yes.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Oh, that's really
Yeah, I know, it's very
interesting.
good for you.
That's why you look so good, I guess. You
I
know?
guess.
Yeah.
I guess.
It gives you... And then you like to cook.
I have good genes.
You have good genes, yeah.
Yes, I have good genes.
And you like to cook a lot, too?
I cook all the time. I love to cook. I cook all Italian food and
Yeah.
other type of foods too, but I like to cook.
You cook from scratch, huh?
I cook from scratch. I make my own spaghetti sauce, my own meatballs. Sometimes if I have time, I make my own pasta. But
So when did you stop singing?
I stopped singing probably about 10 years ago. I used to sing in the village. I had my own group
Yeah.
called Linda Leigh.
Yeah.
And I sang at the Nifty 50s. I sang at the California Club a long time ago. I sang at the Tennis Club. And I used to do the New Year's Eve in Clubhouse 5 every year.
Really?
for 5 years.
For 5 years
Yeah.
you've been doing it?
Yeah,
You've been going
then-
from one club to another?
Yeah, but then I stopped
So why did you stop?
because it wasn't any fun anymore. It was work.
It was work.
Yeah,
huh?
because you have to vocalize all the time. Otherwise, you lose it. It's like a muscle. If you
Yes.
don't use it, you lose it. And vocalizing, and I didn't feel like doing that anymore.
You didn't feel like doing the exercise?
No,
the
not at
voice exercise?
75, 80 years old. I don't think so anymore. Now, when you started at 13 singing, it wasn't any fun anymore. When it didn't become fun, then I stopped.
Wow.
Yeah.
So now, for fun, what do you do? I mean, you go out?
For one, go out. We don't go out that much.
You don't
the only thing we go out, we went to go see my grandson. I have a grandson that he's 15 years. He just turned 15. I think he said. I think he just turned 15, and he's 6'2", and he's the left-handed pitcher. And we're guiding him for a baseball career. He's very, very
Oh,
good.
really? Wow.
He's a left-handed pitcher. He's very, very good. And he's only 15, and he's a freshman, but he plays for varsity.
Wow.
So he's doing really, really good. And then I have my granddaughter. She's going to be 20, and she's a hairstylist.
Uh-huh.
And she works at my son's salon called Christopher Perry in Tustin Marketplace. It's been there 23 years, that salon. And she's working there now, and she's doing very well. Then I have a 9-year-old granddaughter, and she's doing good too.
So do you think sometimes about your past? I mean, do you think about all the things that happened to you? I mean, do you write
No,
down
I
things?
should write it down. My kids always wanted me to write everything down, but I tell them, I don't write. I don't do that. I
You
said,
don't.
if you want to know my story, talk to me like I'm talking to you, and we put it on a DVD or whatever, and then you'll know it, because I don't do writing. I don't do that too good.
You're too busy cooking. You're too
I'm
busy cooking.
taking care of grandchildren, which is good. That's what I wanted to do. The singing was a plus.
The singing was a plus, huh?
Yeah.
You enjoyed it.
Yeah, at the time.
So how long did you actually sing? From the age of what?
13
To the age of
to
70?
Yeah.
Wow. So you had a big hit, huh? It's called Please.
Oh, no, it was called 1,000 Violins. Please was on the other side.
Oh my God.
1,000 Violins. It did well,
I love the song Please. Oh
Please,
my God.
please,
Yeah.
let me go steady. Yeah.
Yeah. it's-
Yeah.
You sing a little
I had
bit.
to on that record I had to harmonize with myself. And that's a total different thing, because I can never hear harmony, because I was a lead singer all the time.
Uh-huh.
And I had to learn it like, it's different. You have to learn it like a different song. And then you put it together. That's how I had to do it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
But it was fun doing that.
But the other song, you didn't have to do it? You didn't
no.
have to do the same thing? Because...
We just harmonized together.
We just harmonized.
With myself, yeah. On that
So
record.
did you sell a lot of those records? I mean...
No, because I told them I didn't want to do it, so then they didn't put the promotion on me.
Oh, really? Oh my God.
But it was so funny is that I didn't know that you could buy the masters of the thing.
Yeah?
Some other guy bought the masters of my records with Reprise, with Sinatra's label, and he had a program on internet and stuff like that. He knew more of my life story than I knew of my life story. And then I called him, and then I talked with him, and then he talked back with me, and so he just plays my stuff.
Really?
Yeah.
How nice.
Yeah.
When I
It was nice.
Googled you, I listened to the song Please, Please.
Yeah.
Very nice song.
it's a cute song, yeah.
In the pictures.
And then the one song I have on there, I think it's called Lover's Beach, and it was written by, remember Tommy Sands? He was married to Nancy Sinatra.
Oh yeah, you met Nancy Sinatra.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
No, I met senior, Nancy Sinatra Senior.
Yes.
At the Frontier.
Yeah.
Because her son was singing with Harry James in the main room, and we were in the lounge, and Harry James was there with Phil Harris and Frank Sinatra Jr. That's why she came. And she came and she saw our show, and I had a request to do My Way, and my brother goes, "You're going to do My Way? Nancy Sinatra's seniors out there." I said, "I had a request. I'm going to do it." So I did it, and then I went down there. I talked to her, and I says, "Hey, how would you like to have 2 more children?" She says, She says, "I don't even know what to do with the ones that I have." She said. She was very nice and very beautiful. She was a very nice lady. Yes, yes, she was nice. Yeah, I got to meet Sammy Davis Jr. He was very nice. Yes.
Oh my God.
He was very, very nice. I met him when I was working at Harris Club in Reno. No, not in Reno, in Lake Tahoe on the south side.
Yes.
And he was very nice. And he says,
wow,
"We enjoyed the show." I said, "I'd love to see you." He said, "When is your day off?" So I told him. He says, "Well, you come down to the Calneva Lodge and I'll have a table for you." And I went there, and he did have a table right in front. He paid for everything. Sammy Davis Jr.
Wow.
Yeah, everything.
Wow, look at all the people that you met.
Yeah, and he was the nicest person ever. He was very, very nice, very talented.
So you met oh my God, you met all those people.
I met a lot of people.
Yes, you met so many people.
And then also when Sinatra was there, he had a lot of people coming there, like, what's his name?
Did you actually
David Jansen was there.
Yeah.
He was there, and also Buddy Greco, and who else was there?
Did you talk to Frank Sinatra?
Yes, I did.
Really?
Yes.
How was he?
He was very nice. Frank Sinatra's a very nice man. He's a very nice man. He was a very nice man.
Was he good looking?
He had the greatest blue eyes and the greatest smile ever.
Really?
His smile was ever. But the nicest was Dean Martin. He was the nicest.
Did you meet Dean Martin too? Oh my God.
He was the nicest person ever.
Really?
Yes. And you know what he used to drink when he used to go on stage? Apple juice on the rocks.
Really? And everybody thought that
Everyone thought he was drinking all the time.
But he was just acting, huh?
Yeah. Not that he didn't drink, but
not when
not like they say he did, you know. And the only time he really started drinking when his son died in that jet plane crash. Then he started. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
All those Rat Pack that you
I
met.
know.
It
was really something. Yeah.
That's really something.
Bill Conte was there. I remember him, the actor. Richard Conte, the actor. He used to be in the old with George. What was it? The guy used to flip the quarter. George Raff. But Richard Conte used to be the guy with the dimple, and he used to play all the gangster movies. He was there.
Wow. Yeah. So you had quite a life, huh?
Yes.
You met all those people.
It was nice. It was very nice, and the singing career was good. You know.
Yeah.
The band, we didn't go like Billie Holiday. They went on like a bus. We went in individual cars, and the trumpet player had a silver Jaguar, old-fashioned Jaguar. It was beautiful, and I had the whole back seat, so it was nice.
Oh, so you were with him?
Yeah.
You were going.
Yeah,
you
we traveled.
Back?
We traveled because I had the whole back seat because I was the only girl, so I couldn't.
Oh.
I had the back seat.
Oh, so you did not have this big bus that you
No,
were
we all
going,
went in individual cars. Yeah, and did one-nighters here and there.
So you follow one another?
Yeah, it was crazy, but it was nice. It was different, you know.
Yeah, 10 years ago it was different.
Yeah.
So you really made a living out of all this?
Yeah, I made a living. I made a nice living out of that, and then I decided I just want to have children, and just stopped for a while, and then I started back again after. It was nice.
Wow.
It was fun doing it.
You have a lot of stories, huh?
I have a lot of stories, yeah.
And you met Ricky Nelson?
I met Ricky Nelson.
How was he?
Very quiet. He's a very quiet man.
Really?
Very quiet, yes. He
didn't talk before the show, huh? He didn't want to talk.
I have a picture with him, but you
didn't talk to him much.
No, we didn't talk that much. He was very quiet. Johnny Mathis was nice, though. He took us out to dinner. And
who us? You
he
and the
took
band?
me, and when I was on tour, Johnny Mathis, he took me and the High-Lows, and I would love to go see him again. And he says, I don't know if girls want to go out with me because I'm Johnny Mathis or just because of me. He's kind of
really.
He was confused at that time.
Wow.
Yeah.
Isn't that something?
Yeah.
Did he ever get married?
No, he's gay.
Oh, really?
Yeah. He's a good cook, I hear.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I hear he has a beautiful house, and he's a good cook. He likes to cook.
Not better than you, huh?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know. There's
You
always better than me.
Yeah.
But it's nice.
You keep yourself and your husband healthy with your cooking at
With the
home,
cooking
huh?
and vitamins, that's the most important things. And you know what? You have to have a happy attitude.
Yes.
You have to have a happy attitude. Positive attitude. You have to have a positive attitude. See, they say, you know, you may get more wrinkles with frowns than you do with smiles, and it's true. Yes, it's true. So it was crazy, but it was nice.
It was nice,
very
huh?
Nice. Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of people would love to have your lifestyle. I mean, a lot of people would have loved to live the way you lived, meeting all those people.
All those people, but I think if I had a Kardashian mother, I would have gone further.
Yes.
Maybe. Yeah, I could
Yes.
have gone further, but I didn't. I remember my mother, I'm singing, I'm 40 years old, she goes, isn't that too low? And she starts going, just picking it up. I says, Mom, I'm 40. I can do this.
She didn't want you to.
No. So it was very different.
It was so nice having you here.
Oh,
we had so much fun. We ran out of time.
Oh, how fast.
Yes, we did.
We didn't even talk about half of the stuff I
I
did.
know. Maybe next time.
Maybe
Well, I'm
next
gonna have
time.
you on again.
Yes. My next 80 years. Don't know.
Thank you for watching, and next time we'll have another interesting person. Thank you. Bye.